It's really a huge honor to have you all here. You guys are all honoring my dad like this. Super special to me. Each and every one of you that made the effort to be here. My dad was a special individual, very special individual. And it grew on me over time. Took a lot of years. You know, it's sort of like a plant growing up. Because I was angry with him for many years as a kid. But when I realized the stuff that he had done in his generation and what generations he came out of, I started forgiving him little by little, and then our relationship expanded. First with friendship, and then I honored him as my father, and it just grew from there. And you know, he was one of the youngest chief engineers of General Dynamics when I was a little boy, building weapons of mass destruction, you know, big missile launch systems. That's what he was doing. He had a mind on him. He was just one of the most curious guys I'll ever know. He just kept expanding his universe and trying to figure stuff out all the time. I don't know, 18 or something, 19. And he said, "What for?" He looked at me, "What for? What did you want to go to art school for?" And I said, "Well, for anything," because he thought I already knew what I was doing. He's like, "Well, maybe some technique." And he goes, and he had that table over there, and he took an ashtray. He smoked and tobacco and whatnot. And he just dumped it, spilled it all over the table, and says, "That's all you need to know about technique." You know? And then the funny part of it is that years later, after I finished and I graduated, guess what he does? He goes to art school. He goes to school. Yeah, he gets his BA, and then he gets his master's. One of the oldest people doing his master's degree over there at the college.
At 72.
72. Falls in love again. That's why I'm holding this right here, because this is the last drawing my dad ever did.
Oh.
And there's several of them over there. Anyone's welcome to have them. And I want to show this to you because he never stopped loving me. This was my father. He is always telling me when I go to visit, "I'm in love. We're going to get married. We're going to, you know, with someone that you met." And go lay a big kiss. Lay a big kiss on her, right? In that room. And go, you guys need a room, you know, whatever. We have 2 ex-wives here. Okay. So I mean no disrespect, obviously. And there's a lot of conversations that many of us could have here that we have to about my father that we can only share in mixed company. Not share in mixed company. But he never stopped loving. Never stopped. That was my father. You know, was a wanderer, a traveler in time and space, and he taught me a lot about. You know, he always showing me models of what the universe. This is the shape of the universe. This is what it looks like. And he built it. You know, it's like a model of it. You know, and he was. I brought a documentary that if you have time to see, he was so convincing about what he knew. And, you know, whether or not you bought into it or not, it was such an entertaining way of having a conversation. It was such an entertaining conversation. So he impacted many, many people in his life. He was a major contributor to the community. I brought these out that I found, and this is all stuff I'm just kind of coming on, you know.
Wow.
And, you know, here he's got a letter from the Interior Secretary of the United States of America for his help in the Joshua Tree Monument. Yeah. And he was named he was given a post. Yeah. And, you know, he was on the water board. I mean, he fought like crazy for the water rights of this town and to keep them, you know, he was what I call proactive and active senior. Okay, so he just kept going. Yeah. And that's something he's going to leave me with, long time legacy. I'm grateful to my father for all those little moments that are in my memory right now that he's made part of me and that I'll carry forward for the rest of my life. And I'm really honored by all your presence here, okay? Anyone that wants to say anything about my father that knew him well, we have his meteorite boys here, Anthony and Philip. He was out there. I was able to take him to his last, meteorite shower out here.
And
You guys stay up all night long, longer than I can,
Michael,
yeah, well, I didn't see you there behind. There's several folks here. So you can see the artwork that's here that I could find. Barbara was kind enough to bring some more. So my father was a special man, and I'm honored that I was able to go back around to spending these last 2 years with my dad on a weekly basis, and I'm a much better person for it. And I wouldn't have known that until I actually engaged it. So
everything he taught me, to be good and to obey and not, and to honor our grandparents and our grandfathers and our grandmothers and to love one another and be respectful.
Yeah.
So
My name is Ramon, I'm the oldest, and I was the one that he would always say, you fall in shit and you come out smelling like a rose. He'd always tell me that. He'd always call us the Happy Tribe up north. I live up in Washington. I lived here for 17 years. We were neighbors for many years, my dad and I, and we spent a lot of time together. And yeah, he taught me, one of the things that was interesting is I'd always find like a bug or spider in his house and I'd go to kill it. Oh no, don't kill it, don't kill it. No, you can get it, you scoop it in a little jar, toss it out, you're right. Yeah. I saw him as not just a painter, but he was an artist of life. He was always searching, more and more and more was his search. He never settled into just this. It was always exploring, always searching. And I was thinking, thank you for loving me. Thank you for being there in some of the darkest times of my life. Thank you for just loving me, being my partner, being my friend. Turns around on love. And I would say my dad was. He was a lover. He was a lover. He loved this planet. He loved this earth. He was protective over this environment. Very protective over this environment. So he was a lover. He struggled, like any one of us. But he was after the best for his friends and his family and this environment. And what I learned from that is to take action. Don't sit back and don't do anything about it. Do something about it. Do something. Don't just talk about it. Do something. He did something. He was out there in those communities. He was fighting for the waters, fighting for the tortoises, fighting for the joshua trees, fighting for this land. He didn't want to see it plowed over. And he took action. And he spent a lot of time, his personal time, doing that. He was devoted to that. So he would just like for you, he'd just like to say thank you. Thank you for everything. Thank you for loving me. That's all I have. Thank you.
if anyone else has anything they'd like to share, feel free. It's